we have been thinking, am I a leader or a manager? Secondly, we learned that we need to see well in order to achieve our desired goal in coaching. Today, we are going to share what we mean by do well. What does he want to do well? To be a good coach, you need to be a good listener. Good listener. You need to ask it good questions. You also need to show empathy and support for your client. No matter how good you are at CL, you will fail if the actual coaching is not good. Here, you will learn what kind of effort should be made to do well. First of all, you need to create a good environment for coaching. Next, you will learn a number of necessary skills for coaching conversations. After coaching the client, you need to provide continuous feedback and follow. In order to become a professional coach, you need to create good relationships within a coaching trinity for the experience and practice of coaching. If you make a team of 3 people, one coach, one client, and one observer, and if you keep practicing coaching, you will become a good coach. All of these are included in do well. So, what does do well means within a coaching conversations? What is good give and take? This means the coach and the client have a coaching conversation focusing on their true feelings, seeing well what they want, and giving and receiving well. Coaches and clients should have good coaching conversation, not general conversation. Within the coaching process, if the give and take action of giving and receiving coaching conversation take place, each other's desired result will be achieved and coaching will flourish. This is a way of training which focus on the original mind and strength the competency of having GT leadership, which is well communication between coaches and client. Yes. A good environment must be created for coaching. These environments include an inner environment and an outer environment. Coaching requires that you and your client be comfortable within their minds. Coaching does not work if one is anxious and busy with many thoughts on their mind. Coaching works well when there is an inner place, inner peace, and a heart, and loves and cares for each other. The same is true externally. The environment must be good. When the internal and external environment fit well, good coaching can be achieved. In particular, the coach must start and proceed in a completely purified position without judging the client. Coaching conversation must also be conducted in a very clean and clear language. A good rapport should be formed in a state where feelings are shared and resonated between coaches and client. Okay. Basically, the coach must believe that there is a divinity in the client. So do not use self-centered, directive, violent or harsh language. You should use a comfortable, clean language. A clean language is a language that does not contain ego. It is to use a positive, enterprising, and neutral language rather than negative language, client-centered, not coach-centered. Okay, neutral language is languages that expresses only objective phenomena without self-subjection. It is a language that is not based toward either side. It is best to use clear language without giving advice, judging, exploring, or assuming what the other person is saying. The coach's attitude is so important in good coaching. You have to have a conversation with the belief that you truly care for the other person and that the other person can enlighten themselves because the divine is alive in the self. Okay. Coaches need to build good rapport with clients. Rapport represents building a bridge. The idea is to create an environment where you can warmly exchange heart with each other. To be good at coaching, you need to be good at the mirroring. Mirroring means matching the other's expressions like you see in a mirror. It shows how to become one with the client by following the actions, keyword, and the voice tone of the client during coaching. When the client is angry and says that, ah, the coach also says, ah, as if angry. This is called mirroring. Then there is a backtracking. When the client is talking, you repeat the word by matching the keyword and voice tone. So if you say, that's right, or I see, or you're right during a conversation, you can bring out much more thought from within the client's mind. Okay, I also do facing. It's good to do facing to match each other like working together, matching breathing, movement, and voice tone while also talking with client. If we would do a lot of devotion preparation before meeting a person, we can read the moment. This is called calibration. Calibration. This is to be in position where you can see and feel the other person spiritually. By appropriately reading the other person in detail, even any possible hidden message without verbalization, we can say this is doing well or well doing in professional coaching. When coaching, we need to coach well by using the environment and good coaching skill. We learned that coaches should treat their client using clean language from a position completely absent of ego. Absent of ego. Now it is time to learn what it means to be good coach. Yes. I will talk about the listen well, which is a part of do well. A lot of people gather around people who listen well and the people really like those who listen to them warm heart. Affectionate people listen well to others. How to listen to others? How would you rate your listening score? Please ask your family. Ask your family members to score you. This is why listening is so important. A futurist named Tom Peters said that in the 20th century was the age of speaking leaders. The 21st century is the age of listening leaders. Listening is important. In particular, if you want to become a Chambo family and a Chambo coach, you must you must have excellent listening skill. You must have excellent listening skill. So today, in a very short time, I will talk about what it means to listen well. To listen well means to listen actively to others. To listen actively means to have an attitude of listening well to them. Also, it means you should be able to even listen to what they don't say. It may sound strange, but you must have excellent spiritual ears that can hear other beyond their speaking. To have a good listening attitude is not just listening to the other persons while they speak. It is listening to the other person's conversation while summarizing the conversation and explaining it very clearly as a coach. The other person may be emotionally triggered to talk a lot in a verbose way. At times like this, even the one who is talking is confused. Then the coach should summarize what the other person is saying. Shall I summarize what you just said? Is it A, B, C, D, E, F? This is an example of what you might listen to within an active attitude, or when the other person are talking in a complicated way, you may need to paraphrase the conversation while listening. You become like a mirror which reflect the keyword, voice, tone, and action of the other person that is facing. Yes. For example, if your client says, "What do you want me to do?" It implies that possibly he and she can't do it. There are a lot of these possible signs in conversation. Even if they say A, you should be able to understand and listen to possible hidden B, C, D behind it. There is a word calibration. Calibration. This is something you can see and feel intuitively. You have to be able to catch the feeling behind the word. In this case, this means active listening. How many conversations do you think true mother must have when she closed her eyes and imagined to the father's face after his son Hua? To the father's passed away, however, true mother must have heard many words from him since that time. Marabian published is a study showing that only 70% of what people say is true. This is called Marabian lies. In addition to the 7%, facial expressions accounted for 35%, voice 38%, and speaking attitude 20%. All of these must be added to achieve 100% communication. There are several ways to listen well. Preparation of heart is needed to listen to other people. To coach someone, I don't know. I try to converse in my mind, thinking of him the night before, recalling his face in prayer and contemplation. So my original mind has a conversation with his original mind. In this way, we meet each other after reacting a bond of understanding. When I met people while doing this, I felt very at ease, and I had a lot of experience where the other persons felt as if they had known me already. It requires a preparation in your heart. To listen well, you have to let go of your ego. You should be egoless. You have to put down all your preconceived notions and judgment about people and listen to them with a pure attitude. Eye contact is very important. If you keep doing other things in the middle of a conversation, you lose concentration and trust, making it difficult to listen well. That's why it's important to make eye contact so that you can be fully focused. You have to remember this without forgetting. If there is a difficult part in the conversation that you can't remember well, it would be good to make a simple memo. After that, you have to fully acknowledge the other person's feelings. So you have to be able to listen to enough of the other's word to catch their emotions. And then one of the most important things is silence. Silence. You must be able to listen to the language of silence, and you need to allow silence. You need to allow silence. In order to improve the competence of heart harmony GT leadership. Training to listen well to other persons is necessary. Being able to listen to even silent possible signs makes you a good listener. What do you think when you look at this picture? At this time, at the time of true father Songha, what did true mother say as she kissed true father's on his forehead also? What do you think true mother heard from true father? Don't worry, and go in peace. I will do all the things you couldn't do. Ah, I can listen to true mother's voice like this. What do you listen to? To become a chamber coach, you must be able to listen well. I hope to see you all as beautiful listeners. Until next time, thank you. Thank you very much.